So I'll read out question for you.
Yeah.
Hi, hi Vinod, this is Vijay here. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So recently I visited one company in Ichalkaranji, Maharashtra. There was a spinning mill, and I was just doing some management level consulting, not technical consulting, but my interest is in technical as well. So there were so many looms for spinning, and they are producing threads. So can we use this application on the spinning looms, right? So that company is having certainly the problem where if they want to see reduce the maintenance time, they want to predict the maintenance of looms. So I guess that this application can be used that in the spinning mills as well. Am I right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
because in the spinning looms,
Mhm.
as mostly it's an inductive load, and they have to maintain the power factor.
Right.
Yeah. So my colleague Anand is also here. He can also have a he's our technical director. He can also throw some light on this. So of course, the spinning looms we can install this on each of the loom, and we can see its operational efficiency, how much is the rated power consumption, how much it is changing, what is the effect on voltage unbalance, or there are many mechanical components that also creates the spikes in the voltages.
Right.
So that is also very important for us to monitoring, so that he can take the action on his faulty parts in the looms.
Right.
Because by looking at the harmonics, you can see the which part is because you can see the frequency and you can see the frequency and the loom speed. You can relate with that and which gear is creating problem or which moving part is creating problem. You can get to.
Exactly. Yes. And just by curiosity, would like to know what is the hardware arrangement for it? Because how you will get information from the loom is there must be some hardware you need to fix with loom. Am I right?
Yes, so you can see here. So this is currently we are offering the power tool, power monitoring only.
Yeah.
So we come through the Rovisky coils, the current transformer and potential transformer CTPT coils, which are connected here in their bus bars, and that bus bar is connected to the these coils are connected to this device, and
Oh,
this has the internet connectivity facility with all this SIM and everything is there, and from there the data is directly going to the cloud. So there is no need of any kind of external internet connection and everything.
right. Right.
Yeah, I would like to add one more thing in addition to what Vinod has told. Uh, the way we do measurement, we focus heavily on harmonics of it. So to take an analogy in terms of what we are doing with the machine learning, harmonics is like analyzing automatic analysis of your ECG of heart. If you take an example of a musical instrument, when musical instrument is not perfectly tuned,
Mhm.
you can hear it that there is something wrong, right? It's very
Right.
hard to figure out. It's not the loudness of the instrument, it's not the power drawn or the how much power it is putting out, but in the subtle variation in terms of the different harmonics that you get to hear. Similarly, the loop machines in every machine works like that. There's a tuned frequency at which it's working happily and perfect, but then there is something that goes wrong, and that essentially is hard to see just if you look at the current. There would be some subtle changes in the current, but the actual impact, like a fingerprint or a ECG, is in the harmonics part of it. The excess power that is being drawn by the instrument, how it's get distributed across the spectrum of that particular instrument. That
Right.
is our primary focus. We bring all the tools which are necessary for monitoring, etc., that Vinod has said. But on top of it, we add some magic because as a startup, we don't want to go out in the market without some additional magic attached to it. Our magic is looking at the harmonics through machine learning and recognizing things and seeing things that other people cannot see.
Right. Right.
That's how.
Thank you, Lokesh. Mr. Lokesh Johri is our CEO.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Lokesh ji. Yeah. Thank you, Vinod. Thanks for answering my question.
Vinod, good evening. This is Ajit Chikteri.
Yes, Sajid.
Vinod, thanks for a very informative and useful details on this MiDAS. So it's really very impressive. I have one small confusion, maybe confusion at my end. When you're talking of MiDAS, do we implement this on an equipment level or do we implement it on a plant level? Are you getting my question?
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Yeah.
And just go to that slide. Yeah. Here we have the different kind of portfolios.
Yeah.
So here we can implement either at the asset level here.
Okay.
You can see the compressor, HVAC, conveyor, pump house. These are all assets.
Yeah.
Then there's the department. So assets are connected. All the assets are connected to the departments. So in one department there are multiple assets. So the department so asset supervisor can have the one login, and the department is created on top of those assets. So department may or may not have the device, means actual device. You
Yeah.
can, so department will only do the, if you go to the department screen, you will only show the total consumption of all their assets.
Okay.
Maybe in some pie chart or in some, and it will give you some report.
Yeah.
But you can also have the different device for monitoring all the department asset if you require, because now departmental consumption is not only the compressor or HVAC. It can be something else also. So some
Correct.
possible canteen is also there.
Yeah.
So all those things are also there. So that also you can have. It basically depends on how do you want it.
Okay.
So then there's the plant level is also there. In that plant you have the complete plants. So many departments. Then every department's consumption. Then there's every plant's consumption. So this is how we can. There's the hierarchy and there is this hierarchical reporting based on the role. Then the role of a director of a company to the plant, different plant managers and utility managers, the departmental heads and asset supervisors. All those roles have been distributed here.
Right. Yeah. My question came out of that only because.
This is Anand here.
Yes,
I thought
Anand.
I'll just add to what Vinod has just mentioned.
Okay.
Hopefully you're able to hear me.
Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vinod kind of explained how you could use this device and arrange the management structure in such a way that the reporting happens in the right way.
Right.
From the actual installation point of view, this can either be mounted on a single machine or a production line, if you will, a transfer line, if you will, which can have a number of different equipment on those things. In fact, there is an effort from the analytics group, what they call as NILM, which is a non-intrusive load management, by which we can measure at one point, which could be the incoming to the cubicle, which controls the whole transfer line. And we can find out the number of different electrical states, which actually means which motors are on when and how many motors are on at a given time, or is there a heater on, and so on and so forth. There's a significant effort that has gone into it by which we can find out different states. And once we know the states, we can go back to the maintenance people and correlate that to the actual equipment that is there. And from there on, the data collection and the analytics become a lot more intricate, and it will kind of help you. So, let's say if your mission is very, very large, let's say a conveyor system that goes on for several miles, you'd like to have one at the main motor and probably a couple of those in the at the conveyor pulleys, which could be in a mining situation, it could be a couple of miles away. So that could be one scenario. There could be another one where there's a huge machine which has got about 7 different motors connected to the whole operation, and you can monitor all of them and with one single unit and then go aboard. So the first case, in the case of the conveyor system, it was one motor with a whole lot of other mechanical systems needing more than one of the MiDAS. In the second case, where it's a machine tool in a single place, where it is one MiDAS looking into several motors.
Okay.
Thank you, Anand. I really forgot to add an NILM factor in this.
That's okay.
That's okay. I think I got my query clarified. One small question: when you are on the same slide, you are also showing app server. Now, maybe a very primitive question, but do we also have something with these all multiple MIDAS or a single MIDAS, whatever, as per the plant requirement? Do we also have a specific HMI requirement for this, or it can work on any common platform?
It can work on any common platform, web-based platform, any
Okay.
web browser it can work on. But
Oh,
that web browser need an internet connection
okay.
because
Yeah,
it is data is directly is being sent to the cloud, so it doesn't have any local HMI per se.
yeah, that's
So you
good.
can also mount it. You can also see on the mobile app and
Yeah,
on the mobiles.
yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, uh, Vinod and Anand, and thank you very much. Yeah.
It's okay.
Vinod,
Yes,
Pansare here.
yes, sir.
Yeah, I have a question here. See, you are monitoring this data and you are doing the analysis and you are saying you are going to act. So, like, no, your billing will start after saving. So, no, that how that saving will happen with your unit
No, no,
or
no.
what
The
that end
device
user has
doesn't.
to do.
Yeah, the device doesn't act. Then customer has to act on it. What are the findings of this? Customer has to act on it. Suppose he see the lot of harmonics ending, then he has to add specialty filters in his power line, so that harmonics he can take care of harmonics. Suppose he sees the voltage unbalances into it, then he has to provide some safety or reasoning to give to save his motors and pumps. So all this reporting it is telling you, and what action it requires to be taken, that also it tells you. But action has to be taken by the customer, means for his maintenance as a part of his maintenance practices.
Okay. And how then once he starts saving that, so how much you charge them? That entire saving you charge them or what?
Of course not. Of course not. No, we have to work out some plan. So maybe the very small, maybe very small monthly package is there. Is there? If suppose it's based on number of installations, maybe suppose he has a that we have to work out that we'll come out at with how many installations he is having. Based on that, we have the. It starts with 5,000-6,000 rupees per month. It's not like you have to pay 50,000 and 60,000 rupees a month. It is maybe the 6,000-7,000 rupees per month.
This can be customized depending on each customer and the requirements.
Because I had come across a similar type of equipment or similar type of device. One Pune-based startup had started this, I think 3-4 years back. Because now he's disappeared, so it didn't work. Exactly the similar thing. So I had interaction with them.
Okay. Okay.
But because this is a very good solution provided you go to the end users. Like
Of
Pune,
course.
you have a company like Century and so they have so many of equipment. So then Padanji Pulp and Paper Mill.
Yes. So we are going to Padanji.
Okay.
All
So
this-
if you
all
need
this-
any contact, if you need any
Yeah.
help from my side, I'll help you.
Thank you, sir.
Pansare,
Thank you.
I don't know about the startup that Pune-based company did. What we are focused heavily is purely on the software and end customer saving, and we bring some magic to the system. We are very focused on using machine learning and uh, techniques from AI to do all the analysis. We are actually reducing the level of expertise needed to interpret the complex data that come out of such equipment. We are not a hardware company, just for clarification. We also give hardware as part of our complete solution. Once our tool is in hands of the customer and they realize that it's an effective tool which they can utilize to improve the efficiency of the plant, it is at that point they would make a decision which is risk-free for them till that point, whether they want to continue to deploy the tool or not, and they would have a fairly good idea cost offering we might have, whether it will fit in and whether it will reduce sufficient cost in their system for them to continue monitoring. And our main differentiation with respect to most of the solutions that might be out there in the market is it's a completely integrated solution. We really don't differentiate between what we're doing in hardware, what we're doing software, and what we're doing in analytics on the cloud. Everything comes as a package together. It's a complete solution. We would not go in pitching, buying monitoring solution now and then putting some hardware and charging for it and then coming back and saying, okay, now you need to understand this data. You have to buy one more analytics package on top of it, which may work partially, etc. And the user continues to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into that solution. We say, okay, start out some at local department level, employ some of our devices, see how it comes useful, and we are confident based on our software expertise that the value that will derive from the system is way more than what the charge for the system might be. And we are so confident that we actually do first 3 months of engagement risk-free and cost-free. We'll come and install the equipment and set up the monitoring for you. You try it out for 3 months. If you think it is not useful and it's hindering my work, we take all our equipment back with us and you are as before. And because we are non-intrusive, we are not in line with any equipment, you are not affecting any of your existing operation in any way whatsoever. So all those things are a differentiator and in my view, a game changer in the market. We will see what happens in the Indian once we are out there.
Thank you, Lokesh. Mr. Pansare is our president of ISA. He is running one of the biggest system house in Pune for PLCs and
Okay.
SCADAs.
So there's a huge potential for this particular device and this particular application in the market, provided you go in the right way. What the reference you have? Do you have any reference in India?
No, not now. We are starting now. Not now. We're starting with it now.
So you have to just start creating the reference.
We're now planning to start creating reference.
This is totally state of art. Right? A bunch of this research has come out of Silicon Valley. This is completely state of art. There is no such existing system out there in the market. This is a brand new way of looking at the age-old problem and do it much more efficiently.
Any other question, Anand?
So much. Thanks so much for the encouragement, Mr. Pansare. And I'm quite sure Vinod will quite approach you for all the contacts that you have and so on. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, there are no questions in chat box.
Any other questions, Anand?
No questions.
Vinod, Ajit here. I will probably try and reach out to you separately for some ideas on market penetration. We can discuss that separately. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
maybe during the weekend or something.
Yes.
Because it's a very interesting product and it reminded me of my electrical engineering student days by hearing this diagrams and Fortrans and all those things. So we'll talk it out separately.
Yeah. Right, sir.
Thanks, Vinod.
Ajit. Anand here.
Yes, Anand. Anand, yes, you can speak.
No, I just want to thank Ajit for what he suggested. That's all.
Yeah, my pleasure, Anand. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Anand, any questions? Any more questions?
No questions, Chief.
Okay, so
I think we come to closure now. Okay, so Vijay.
yeah, thank you so much, Vinod, Lokesh, and Anand for sharing a nice information about your product. It is very useful in the industry, and also thank you for sharing your knowledge about it. So I move in the industry very frequently, and analytics is the requirement of modern time, I can say. specifically if you go for some manufacturing industry, power analytics, and where we see we want to optimize the power uses or want to improve the efficiency of the system, reducing the downtime, then in that case, certainly these kind of applications are very useful. So thank you so much, Vinod, Lokesh, and Anand again. And also thanks to everybody, all participants who joined this session and listened very carefully about this particular product. Thanks to everyone. A special thanks to Mr. Pansare, Gurmeet, Anand sir, and Rayani sir, and all leadership team for supporting us and encouraging us to organize this kind of events. Thank you, everybody, on behalf of ISO Pune session.
Vinod, I have one question.
Yeah.
Are you going to take this directly to the customer, or are you looking for some partners to do some execution outside?
Kishore is there? Is Kishore there? He's right.
Yeah, Kishore. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, go ahead, Anand.
Yeah, sorry, Kishore. I was just trying to get in because I have some experience handling electricals in India, though it was in my past life, if you will. Mr. Pansare, certainly you do need a product like, you do understand that a product like this needs really deep reach. And for some time, I've been canvassing within our company that we should have system houses and panel builder associations which should be accessed, because they would be the people who would eventually be setting it up into control panels or into motor control centers and so on. So there are very different ideas on how to approach the market. Some feel like accessing it directly, and I've been advocating that we should go through system houses and so on. Let me hear your comments on that.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. See, you need partners. You need people like, as you mentioned just now, because who can take your product to those industries. And that is because earlier that fellow also was trying to do that. He tried to do it on his own, so he failed. But you need a lot of hands to get into the market, because it's not very easy for you, because if there is a customer having 10 different equipments and you have to go and install 10 hardwares, so you need some partners to do that. So that's the reason I asked this question.
Yes, we are going to look for this. But now we are starting with our field trials maybe in next month, and we'll generate some kind of references now. That's our main focus in next 2-3 months. And then we are going to start looking after the partners and all that. So that's there in the plan.
Okay, Vinod. I think it was a very nice presentation, nice product. We look forward to more interaction with you. Whatever help you need, I am available for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes.
So shall we conclude this?
Thank you, Vinod.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's conclude this now.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yes, bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.